Hey guys, welcome to another Time Off Tuesday. Just got off work, came on home, said hello to my wife, got me a little snack, and now we're here ready to jump on into another, to part 3 of Disco Elysium. It's going to be a shorter stream today, but it's going to be a good one, so, yeah, so let's just go right into it. I think we finished talking with her. Double check, make sure there's something I forgot.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
That's right, I ordered from her, but this thing is... That's right. Why has their business failed? Very low. There's no way I can do this unless it's... I rolled double 12s. I guess this works off a D6 system. I don't know. I don't think I leveled up. Oh, okay. Let's, what did I get? Okay. Investigate Doom commercial area. People say there's no... Drive like going negative prompters. Just to enter the sealed door behind the bookstore and find out what happened to the companies there. Oh, that's right. I have to tell that lady what I found. Let's see. Inspect victims' bodies. Except I think I have to go back because it's like the store's closed now. Pick your dice from the dice maker. Order blue ready 8 hours. Pick up the Doom commercial area. Be sure to have some money with you. That's right. I do have money. That's right. I double checked before I ordered it that I would have enough. Track down your gun. Oh, that's right. That's probably at the pawn shop. Okay. Man, I hope I remember all this stuff by the time I come back. Let's see. Alright. Because it's 21. So that means it's 8. Oh, it's 9 o'clock? I think that's when the shop is closed. So now I need to go out the front door. Right? She won't let me back in. Right? I don't know. Ah, okay. Yeah, but I was right. Which means I need to go. I looked at everything around here. What is it? Downstairs I have to go? Yeah, this has the way out. That's right. What? Don't get stuck. These are where the guns are. That's right. I don't think there's anything there now.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
That's right, Marie. It's too dark to see in, except for the fact that I have a flashlight.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a
I need to put my flashlight away. I mean, it's funny to keep it in my hand, but... does this shop put give more money than this thing? Whatever. Oh, that's what I need to do probably.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Just hit him with the crowbar. Pry bar, whatever we're calling it. Okay, I guess I can't talk to you. I want to talk to the Union guys. Where are the Union guys?
Can I help you?
Okay, come on, where's the thing? Pick up your gun, track down your gun, sing karaoke. Some passages. I made the call reporting the crime. Patch. Pay for damages. Backyard rolling rags. Let's get to a personal area, find booze and drink it. Pissing competition. Okay. There today. Okay. Maybe now I talk to you. Ask about.
Yes. What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good.
Shoot. Trying to remember what point can I go to sleep at, man. Legendary. Boarded door. I don't remember the boarded door. Whatever. When can I... Where can I go to sleep? That's what I'm trying to remember. Where can I go to sleep? Jesus.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window. Yes.
Part of me wonders if I should bring the other detective upstairs with me to help me get stuff.
The door is closed.
Oh, am I locked out of the damn room? Yep. Well, that's effing great. Will you shoot? I don't know what to do. Where am I gonna go? Who am I gonna talk to? Shall I go to the pawn shop maybe? Pawn shop's probably closed, but maybe it's not. Oh shoot, I should have gone this way. I should have gone the other way. Guess it's good to see who's still out here during day and night. Oh, day and night they're out here. Okay. See, those guys went home. Okay. Maybe have my dude go to sleep, except he don't got nowhere to sleep or go. Oh man, I could that have been nice if I could tell. Empty cash register.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Oh gosh.
Yes, buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This is what the Loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, Royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the Royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Let me talk to this guy first, and then maybe find something.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says, Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party. That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
It's not, sadly.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
That's weird.
Is the Harman Welshi W2. Made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Oops.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order. It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real.
Oh my
A
god.
bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Morphological.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Let's just try it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Oh my gosh.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Oh my gosh. Chill out, man. Oh, shit. I did not mean to hit that. Dang it. That was probably a waste, but I'm not gonna like reload or anything like that because I don't even know where it'd reload me at. Shoot.
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Parolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. The clean-up happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but... I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Sold her.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You...
We've came here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
Dang it, I knew I should have done somehow. But
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it. $15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there, too, in case you didn't notice.
No apologies necessary, officer. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her.
And though it was bad, I feel like it was better that he knew than me trying to keep us quiet.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Give me a description, fool.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Give me a description. Ask for a description.
Of course.
Autosave. Right. Look for a cool
You see
figure.
rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Sure.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
Let's look at this item. Headless Phone Rider. Dick Headless Phone Rider sits at the top is equally plasticable. His posture is getting either desperation or pride. Comes with a set of the infamous phone cap for which he lost his head. That is not included. Okay. Close the Warlock on Wednesday. Track down my gun. Somebody refers to.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
That's good to know. Hopefully I don't have to sleep on that park bench. Awesome.
Hello again, officer. I'm a Nighthawk. What can I say?
Odd.
That is odd. Pay for damages. Don't afraid to say weird things to people. That was a tip.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Cold out freezes it because I'm losing the stupid money game. I'll let Kim say something.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He shrinks back a bit under the lieutenant's severe gaze.
Authority.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock. Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
What's this?
Game? Everything is just a game to you, isn't it? Not until you...
Okay, I might have...
I really did.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Could try to break down the door, but also not physically imposing enough, I don't think, to get away with that threat. Okay, so what are we looking for?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure? Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
Oh, he wanted to put him on the car.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high. Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
And high. I take it and high, like not like the official was high, like a high official, meaning he was high. Yep.
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slow. That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
I would just say this.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Yes, the bird's nest, Roy, near the canal. We've been there. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
I wanted to be like, no, you keep them, but man, I gotta find somewhere to sleep. I don't want to sleep on that frozen park bench, man.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Alright, time to sell some hubcaps, I guess. Look at these spinners. Magnificent hubcap. Whoa, 200. Great spinners that Lieutenant Kitsuga has donated to you so that you can pay for your room at the Whirling. They are slate blue and shimmer haughtily in the light.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
D10 Simpson Hansen.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
To explain, his pawnbroker opens a register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
Take the cash.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
There's understandable. Rest goes
The
out.
windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Sell my clothes.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
tarnation? What tarnation? Sorry about this. My computer freaked out for a second talking about. Oh my goodness. Ah. Oh. I see what happened. I'm trying to download my my stuff for the other day, and it looks like it popped up finally. Maybe, maybe not. Tracked it. Sorry, but I still gotta open my chat window again because stuff done went crazy. Okay, I'll keep playing while the thing tries to load. Sorry if you talk in the chat, I won't see you here for a second. Anyways, nah, I ain't gonna sell nothing. Especially, I bought this at like 50 cents. I'm gonna sell it back at like 42. Anyways.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparking in the light of the projector!
Another time, perhaps.
Need to pass time by a book. Alright, let's
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Well?
Here's $100. Slam the bills on the counter. I hope you choke on it. It is. Sorry for the trouble. Don't want to be super sorry, cop. At the same time, I feel like I should apologize because I wasn't a jerk on it.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Okay, it's good.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
No drink. I just leveled up. First, I want to see. I might pay for rent pay card. Stay. You have to do this every night. Gotcha.
Yes?
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Oh, jeez.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. Okay, before I do that though, I need to level up. So, oh gosh, okay, what are we gonna level up? Eye coordination, reaction speed. Should I maybe... Let's see, I did encyclopedia last time. So maybe I should increase... Or did I? I can't remember. Just my signature skills, empathy. Suggestion. Composure. Interfacing. Part of me wants to level up Shivers. Let's see. Not that it's instantly going to make me be able to figure out that lady's thing. Let's see. Church coming, church off, so you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. Nature should hit itself. Surely belongs to the streets. It is supernatural ability. Old wrongs will play out in present time. Scenes across the city happening in front of you, but who is speaking to you? High level shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. It's just a city, you know. Superiors may begin to worry. With low shivers, though, you'll seldom hear the city speak to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Oh, because I took damage. Okay. Let's do shivers. Because again, I suck at physical stuff. Sorry, I'm just double checking something here real quick to make sure. Good. It's gonna take a while. Okay, gotcha. I should be able to get away from this page, is that right? What? Trying to tell me it's gonna take 3 days to download something, but maybe it's just lying because it's also downloading something else. Maybe when that's done, it should not take me 3 days to download something. Now it's saying 4 days. You know what? You can shut your face. Let's go back to Stream Manager and pop out that chat. There we go. I'm back in the chat. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Composure. Let's do shivers. Let's just do it. Alright, let's go. What is Kitsune gonna say?
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easy to simply quit.
Interesting. I don't want to take up smoking.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Well, we didn't even look at the body, but we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
Though you really dropped the ball on inspecting the body, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Let's see.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those heels. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Tear sneaks and cheese and smiles.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
I have to pause here a moment just to put on a coat.
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Taps on his coat pocket where he keeps notes.
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absolutely fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
Goodest of the good cops. I don't know what that trophy was for, but okay. Let's see. Moral intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something ominous.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. Do you?
We are students of the world's biggest bourgeoisie organization protecting bourgeoisie rights. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Don't want to suck up to him at the same time. See? feel like I want to say one of these two, but not these other two. We'll see badge out there. Point city. Meet them here. Yes. Alright. Let's try it.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
Okay, let's look out tonight for a moment.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
Looks the dark silver of the question mark cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Bartholomew Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Nice. Oh. Nope, nope. Come on, save. Okay. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Okay. See you in the morning.
Yes?
How's this? There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the end single small church of Saints must have rubbed some wrong white labels on the record. The labels as the song was recorded 43. Is this related to his wife, maybe?
The window stands broken in its frame. You see some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. Dark phantoms with many tiny eyes, chaotically arranged and not looking at you.
Jeez. That was supposed to be the bed. It's like a couch only. Jeez.
The fan stands still. The lights are on. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Maybe try the mirror one more time.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, now without the expression. It's just hairy.
What? Okay, this is not what you should be using the tool for, but whatever.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, now without the expression. It's just hairy. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place.
Jeez.
You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
Okay.
The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Let's try this again.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West. Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lamillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
Jeez. Guess that's it.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Oh my gosh, sorry, that image. Super research -1. -1 launching head in the clouds. Whatever happened to Kim? What happened to Gimme, the man who, with his big amber mane and sparkles teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering and new lines of some starlit boy did 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Reverstrong West. Man, these images are crazy. How did I not notice them before? Alright, man, I wish I could ponder that and go to sleep, but okay, I guess it's time for our dude to fall asleep.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but the sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Okay.
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay. Whoop. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Oh my gosh.
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Ancient reptilian brain.
Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Gosh, my face is still... Come on. Get up, Harry. Harry, drink some damn water.
Good going, buddy.
Can I just lie to myself?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Just am I gonna lie to myself?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
No.
Don't do
Harry.
that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday. Despite your debilitating hangover, how else did you think you even got up from this floor?
Oh, jeez.
You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die.
Ooh, jeez.
Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do without the speed.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. You see your face, such as it is without the expression.
Alright, so can I do these thoughts with while I do stuff? Maybe? Okay, what happens if I do something? Let's quick save. And that way, if this doesn't do what I want it to, I can just, one of the few times I might actually load something. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh man, I would have done this yesterday. I would have just been thinking about where I freaking lived. Temporary research bonus +1 encyclopedia factual memory returns. That gets further away. Oh, we can have like 3 thoughts going on at the same time. Okay, well, I don't want to get rid of... I don't want to give myself any more penalties. We'll just keep with that right now. Okay, I would have maybe done that yesterday with the investigating stuff, but... Okay. I should close the door to my room. I wonder if I should try talking to this chick again.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it. Still no answer.
Okay. Is Kim downstairs? party's here. And Kim is here.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. Everything points to the dock workers' union. The tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders' Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead, too.
Interesting. So that means the call didn't come from a Whirling problem.
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully, but you have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
Oh, I wonder if that's because the water
What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my, what happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there. Yep.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Wait, did I get another level up? I did get another level up. Wow, okay, cool. I got another level up then. Do I want to make something I'm good at better, or maybe boost one of my mid things? Let's see. Maybe. I know at some point I'm probably going to get beat up by that dude up there. He's over by the locks, but let's see. Joy, healthy organs. Coordination, state, but the laws of nature enables you to create virtual currency models in your mind. So a bullet shattered the glass, but footprints. Next world revealed secrets to you, but maybe so will be mine. Tell me you don't notice. As crooks steal your pants. Line construction crime machines will be difficult without outside help. Nope, go back. I mean, I'm around cryptozoologist. Don't let the world kill you. Logic or visual calculus? Let's do visual calculus. So, bump visual calculus. Okay. Scientist looks.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah, yes. Phasmatodia. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh, yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes. It can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it's stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even. Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushed with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Alien, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you say. Could you tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
Space cryptids,
The Gnome of Jeroma. Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue. It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the Gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
I said just one. Is he gonna get mad at me if I ask another?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Okay.
He nods approvingly.
Try to be on. What's the guards have to say? Please.
Can I help you?
Clinically insane. Oh, I was trying to find her. What's her face outside before? Kept sitting there all day.
Let me handle this. Detective Disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Jeez. You're not a gardener. Interesting.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are we going to do to you? The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Cool and funny.
Let's.
Interesting. Part of me wonders if I should go outside and check the body again. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna check this thing, and then I guess I'm gonna save and we'll have to do some time. Alright. Save game. Alrighty, well, I do want to keep playing. Should probably stop for now and go eat dinner and stuff. So, sorry it's been a short one, but I did want to get a little bit more time in to play this game. I've really been enjoying it. I'm really sad that I'm gonna have to stop playing it for a bit. Again, like I said before, I'm about to go on tour, so time off Tuesdays. Definitely not happening next week. But they might happen on the road. It's just going to be look different, probably be shorter bursts, and it'll have to be a different game. But anyways, again, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, please give me a like and follow. That way you'll get notifications whenever I go live. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Please give me a like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments on what you like, didn't like, or any other your random thoughts. Again, you can find me both those places at Stumpwater_Jack. There's also links on each of those to the other. And as well, subject to a lot of stuff, feel free to join my Discord, Stumpwater Jack's Shiny Spell Shack. It's a cool place to hang out. You'll get notifications. You'll get notifications updates on whenever I'm going to stream and change the plans or anything like that. Be able to vote on upcoming games and share memes and just have a cool, awesome time. Make it an awesome community and really build it up some more. A couple people in it right now, so definitely love that to grow. Become an awesome place. Yeah, that should be it. Again, this is going to be my busy time, but hopefully I'll be seeing you guys sooner rather than later. Except not next week. But until then, I guess I'll see you guys for the next time on Tuesday, right? Peace out. Remember to bring some magic to the world. Right. Bye now. Bye. Bye. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Stop broadcast. There we go. Bye.